You check your bank account on a Friday night. Payday was 2 days ago. And somehow, there's already less than you expected. You scroll back through the transactions trying to find the leak, and nothing jumps out. No big purchase, no emergency, just gone. And you think, where does it all go? Here's the uncomfortable part. It's probably not one big mistake. It's not the one bad purchase you remember and feel guilty about. It's something quieter, something you don't even notice because it feels normal. In fact, most people who struggle financially aren't reckless. They're not irresponsible. They're just running habits that quietly drain money in the background. Like a tab left open on your phone, slowly killing the battery while you're not even using it. And here's what makes this worse. These habits don't show up as one dramatic moment you can point to and fix. There's no single villain, no one purchase you can blame. Which is exactly why they survive for years, sometimes decades, completely undetected, hiding in plain sight inside totally normal-looking spending. So in this video, we're breaking down 3 money habits that keep people poor. Not because they're lazy or bad with money, but because these habits are invisible. My name is Jack, and I spend way too much time thinking about why smart, hard-working people stay broke. If that sounds like you, make sure to hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Let's start with habit number 1, spending based on what's left, not what's planned. Here's the thing, most people don't budget, they just spend, and whatever survives at the end of the month is what they call savings. Which means saving isn't a decision, it's an accident. And accidents are unreliable. Some months you have $200 left, some months you have nothing. Some months you're negative. Now you might be thinking, Jack, I know I should budget, I just never get around to it. Totally fair. But here's what most people don't realize. This habit isn't really about discipline. It's about order of operations. If spending happens first and saving happens last, saving always loses, because there's always something that feels more urgent today. Rent feels urgent. Groceries feel urgent. That dinner with friends feels urgent. Saving never feels urgent, so it never wins. It just keeps getting pushed to next month, and next month never actually arrives. Let's look at the math for a second. Imagine you earn $3,500 per month. If you spend first and save whatever's left, research on spending behavior consistently shows people end up saving close to nothing, often under 2% of income. That's maybe $70 a month. Over a year, that's $840. But flip the order. Pay yourself first, even just 10%. That's $350 a month, automatically, before you see the rest of the money. Same income, same lifestyle, completely different outcome. Over a year, that's $4,200. Over 5 years, with modest growth, that gap turns into tens of thousands of dollars. Same person, different order. That's the whole habit. And here's the part that really surprises people. The lifestyle barely changes either way, because the money you automate away disappears from your spending decisions entirely. You stop missing money you never see. Your brain adjusts to whatever hits your checking account, not whatever you technically earn. Which is why fix number 1 is simple. Automate your savings the day you get paid, not the day you remember. Habit number 2, confusing convenience for necessity. This one's sneaky because it doesn't feel like a money habit. It feels like just living your life. Grabbing food on the way home because you're tired. Paying for the faster shipping. Keeping subscriptions you forgot you signed up for because canceling feels like a hassle. Here's what most people don't realize. None of these decisions feel expensive in the moment. A $14 delivery order doesn't feel like a financial decision. It feels like a small relief after a long day. But here's the trap. Convenience purchases are rarely evaluated individually. They're evaluated as, it's just this once. Except it's never just once. It's 3 times a week, every week, for years. And each individual charge is small enough to slide right past your brain's internal alarm system, the one that usually flags big purchases as, think about this first. Let's do the math. Say someone spends $15 extra per week on convenience, delivery fees, unused subscriptions, impulse add-ons at checkout. That's $60 a month. Doesn't sound dramatic, right? But over a year, that's $720. Over 10 years, that's $7,200, not even counting what it could have grown into if invested instead. And that's a conservative number. For a lot of people, it's double or triple that. especially once you count the subscriptions nobody remembers canceling, the streaming services watched once, the apps still billing monthly for a free trial you forgot existed. Now you might be thinking, okay, but I work hard, I deserve convenience. And look, you do. This isn't about eliminating every comfort. It's about awareness. The habit that keeps people poor isn't spending on convenience. It's spending on convenience without ever noticing the total. Because what you don't measure, you can't manage. You can't fix a leak you've never looked for. Fix number 2. Once a month, do a 5-minute audit. Look at your statement and ask, did I actually choose this, or did it just happen? That single question breaks the autopilot. Habit number 3, and this is the one nobody likes talking about. Lifestyle creep disguised as progress. Here's how it usually goes. You get a raise. You feel proud. You deserve to enjoy it, so you upgrade something. A nicer apartment, a nicer car, more takeout, nicer everything. And it feels like progress because your life looks better. But here's the part that quietly keeps people poor. Your income went up, but your savings rate didn't move at all. Psychologists actually have a name for this: hedonic adaptation. Your brain gets used to upgrades fast. That new car feels amazing for a few months, then it just becomes your normal, and suddenly you're eyeing the next upgrade. Meanwhile, your bank account looks exactly like it did before the raise, just with nicer stuff attached to it. And here's the cruel irony. The more your life looks like progress from the outside, the less progress might actually be happening on the inside. Let's look at a quick example. Imagine 2 people both get a $500 monthly raise. Person A upgrades their lifestyle and absorbs the entire raise into spending. 5 years later, their income is higher, but their savings are unchanged. Person B keeps their lifestyle mostly the same and saves half the raise, $250 a month. Over 5 years, that's $15,000 saved, not even counting investment growth. Same raise, same opportunity, completely different financial trajectory, because one person let their lifestyle quietly eat the upgrade. Here's the analogy that makes this click. Think of your income like a water tank, and your lifestyle like a leak in that tank. If the leak grows every time the tank grows, it doesn't matter how much water you pour in. The tank never fills up. That's lifestyle creep. It's not that people don't earn enough. It's that their leak grows exactly as fast as their income does. And here's the unsettling part. The bigger your income gets, the bigger the leak can get without you ever noticing, because everything still feels affordable relative to what you're now earning. Fix number 3. Every time your income increases, decide in advance, before the money even hits your account, that at least half of the increase goes straight to savings or investing. The other half, enjoy it. You earned it. But you protect the gap, permanently, before lifestyle has a chance to claim it. Let me tell you about someone I'll call Mark. Mark wasn't broke because he was bad with money. He had a decent job, no crazy debt, no big mistakes anyone could point to. But every year felt the same. A little more income, a little more spending, zero progress. He used to joke that his bank account had amnesia. No matter how much he earned, it always forgot to grow. Then he made 3 small changes. He automated 10% of his paycheck the day it landed. He started doing a quick monthly review of his statement instead of avoiding it, which, by the way, he said was the most uncomfortable part at first, actually looking at where the money went. And the next time he got a raise, he locked half of it into savings before he even touched it. Nothing dramatic happened overnight. There was no big breakthrough moment. Just quiet, boring consistency, month after month. But 18 months later, Mark had saved more than he had in the previous 5 years combined. Not because he started earning more, because he stopped letting these 3 quiet habits run in the background unchecked. So let's recap the 3 habits that quietly keep you poor. 1. Spending first and saving whatever's left, instead of paying yourself first. 2. Treating convenient spending as invisible instead of tracking it. And 3. Letting lifestyle creep absorb every raise instead of locking in progress. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Being poor isn't usually about one bad decision. It's about hundreds of small, invisible ones repeated for years without anyone noticing, including you. And the good news is the opposite is just as true. A few small, automated decisions, repeated for years, can quietly build wealth the exact same way these habits quietly drain it. If this video made you rethink any of your own habits, hit subscribe. And I'm curious, which one of these three hit closest to home for you? Let me know in the comments. Because the moment you actually see the habit, you take away its power to stay invisible.